So, first, what's up, everybody? And really, I just want to say I don't know when this thing happened. I don't know when the redesign occurred specifically, but uh, it definitely is obvious that they changed how it looks, and I just want to point. I just want my own voice to be out there, and I want to see what other people think about that, right? Like what they think about the whole change. And first, I want to start with the things that I think were bad about it, and then just end off with the good things. So I feel like the bad things about it really is about the banding kind of thing, like the white band that goes throughout the books. Um, because now that they made them thicker, and I don't know if you can see it, I don't, I think it's off frame, but typically on my books, I like lining it up, and that was already kind of hard to do. Some of the books, even on the older editions, they didn't line up. Some books were taller than the other ones, and that messed it up for some reason. Well, obviously, I mean, if it's taller, whatever. But it messed it up, and that would always annoy me. But some of them did line up, right? And now that they made them thicker, well, they don't really line up at all. It just kind of loses that aesthetic of it, and that's really annoying to me. And so I don't know why they changed that. I feel like the consistency is always really nice, right? And they completely removed that. And another thing, and I feel like this is such a small thing, but it really isn't because it really bothers me. They removed a lot of the orange color from the book, the covering. I don't know why they did that. They replaced the orange with just white, so it's mostly just black and white now. And I don't know. I really don't like that. Just the thing is the touch of orange is actually really nice. It's not a color that's used very often, so I just enjoy the look of it. It does look different from so many other designs in general, And yeah, I don't know. I was really upset about that actually. The only thing that I did like, and you could tell from the pictures that I'll have on the screen, is that on the newer covers they add a line in between. I think the title and the author of the book. And I really like that. I feel like it's much better to do that than just separate them by space and let people see what was the title and who wrote it. I don't know. I feel like the line just is actually a useful change, right? And then what else? I feel like I did dislike something else about it specifically. I think that's it. I think there was only those two things I really disliked about it. But the one thing that I feel like I really liked about it, and I'm glad about the change, and it's kind of confusing because it kind of refutes what I said earlier. I like that it's bigger, right? Because now the one thing that's able to be emphasized is the little penguin, which I think is a nice, just little, because that penguin's iconic, So it's nice putting the emphasis on it. You can actually see it. I feel like beforehand, the detail, even though there isn't much detail, now it's at least easier to appreciate. It's definitely much kind of out there. I really like that about the change. And then there's another thing. Oh yeah, I think this one's I'm being kind of more analytical about it. But I think one thing that I feel like we're gonna like about the change is that in the future, there's gonna be a more of a, what's the word? Nostalgic for the older versions. And so even though the change isn't necessarily good for that cover itself, what ends up happening is that we, in the future, like these older editions because we're oh, these are the editions that we were used to. So the nostalgic factor is just present now. And, obviously that it won't be present immediately, that nostalgic factor, but in the long run, it will happen. And I think that's really nice to think about. like we have the version of Penguin Classics that we're used to, and it's just something to like think back upon. And for that reason, really, I am happy about it. That and the penguin, I can see the penguin now, which is, I don't know. It seems like a small thing, but I really like how it looks. Just a little icon. Still sad about the last touches of orange, but I don't know. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Either way, I do think I do see that some people are like, oh, it looks uglier now. I don't really think that. I know some people are kind of upset about it, but what do you guys think? Comment down below, whatever. Say if you hate it or if you love it, and yeah, just have a discussion about that, I guess.